Hello. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. We are here live again. I was going to say live at 5, but it's not 5 o'clock yet. So, anyway, hi, guys. So, I have Catherine with us again, and this is her last Friday with us. Not forever, of course, but it is her last Friday with us this month. So, I'm really excited because of the gift that she gifted us, which is that amazing painting that is like right behind her that she actually gave us the digital copy of it that she originally painted herself and created herself, which is so beautiful and so amazing. I love it because it's just so colorful. There's just so much color to it. I love it. And it's very whimsical too, which is so cool. So yeah, so Catherine is going to be sharing a little something. She has a little special bonus for us to, for this afternoon. And then we're going to get to actually color this beautiful creation that Catherine did for us. Yay! Hi, Catherine.
Hello, everybody. Hey to all my peeps out there. I know those of you that have been coming over here that been missing me at Catherine's studio, but I'll be back at Catherine's studio on Monday because that's when I come on Mondays. So hopefully you guys will all jump over there and check me out. We'll until Kellen and I take this show on the road.
Yes.
I think we're going to have a lot of fun. Oh, anyways, yeah, thank you so much for having me on these past 4 weeks. It's been really a lot of fun. I've just really had a great time. And I had really a lot of fun making that painting.
I love
really
it.
big painting, though, poster, I guess you'd say.
I know. What size is that?
This is an 18 by 24, something like
Oh,
that.
wow. Okay. Yep.
It's pretty big. It's pretty big size. And yeah, I just love it. I love it. It's very joyful, which that I'm all about joy. That's my passion. Bring people joy. if you come to Catherine's studio, that's all you get. It's joy. If
Yes.
you sign up for
Joy,
my newsletter,
joy,
that's
joy,
all
joy.
you get. Joy. You get gifts, free gifts. That's what I'm all about. Just making people happy and just having fun. And so when I created this poster, the Lord just really downloaded into to do a PDF for it. So I created the black and white for everyone. If you did not get a chance to download it, it's right here in this site, probably right below me or over on Catherine's Studio. It's also there, and you can print it out. And guess what? You can also get the color copy as well. So then if you want a copy coloring both, you can do both by following along what I did. But you don't have to. You can color it any way you want to. So,
and the color copy is amazing because you can actually frame it and put it somewhere in your home. It's that pretty. It really is. The color copy is so pretty.
Oh, thank you. Well, I'm all about making things look fun and beautiful and bright and cheerful, and well, that's what it is. That's what it is. Anyways, yeah. So, I really wanted to, before we get started, I got to see my hands. I was going to tell you, I don't know if
You're up. You're good. I can see it.
I'm good.
Yep.
It's a little choppy on my end here, so I don't know if that means
it's
anything.
all good.
So, I like Arteza, so look what I've got. The Arteza 120 pens. And it's not that much. It's like it's not that much, like $30. And you get 120. And you get every color you can imagine. And
that's a great deal, actually. That's really a good deal for quality markers.
Yeah.
Dollars for 120 of them.
I'm going to show you here on the screen. You just get every possible color you can imagine. So I'm just telling you, when you go to color something, it's all right here in front of you. And these are the triangular shaped pens, which means they're in the kind of a shape of a triangle. It's not round, so it's really nice to hold. It's just a really nice pen to hold in your hand. It's not round. They're triangular. Isn't that interesting? And it comes in this really nice tin. Now, I don't get anything from Arteza, okay? I'm just saying. But it's a beautiful, nice metal tin, and it comes with these little pieces of foam that you can put in between the layers so that your markers don't go flying around and rolling around in the tray. So I'm going to put these out. I'm going to put them all out in front of me so that we can use them. Well, I can use them. You can't. Anyway, and then I have the color copy in front of me, and then I also have the black and white. But I also like to use, as you all know, my Arteza brush pens, and they're really wonderful for doing this too. So you can actually use brush pens if you want, and they're just fun. And then, have y'all ever heard of the Tran case, where you can buy markers and put it in what's called a Tran? Y'all seen the label on here? I don't know if you can.
I've never. Okay, open it.
Here's the Tran. It has a Velcro right here, and then you open this up, and it holds all of your markers.
That's so cool.
And so you can lay this out. It also will stand up if you want to stand it up. Or you can lay it flat, whatever. And then when you're done, Velcro, and throw it in your bag, and you're good to go.
That's awesome. I love that. So okay, you mentioned that you have the Arteza markers, and then you have the Arteza brush pens. So you have both?
Yeah, I have both.
Okay. So I thought it was just the brush pens that you had.
No, I just ordered these these pens, and I thought I'm gonna try them out. Why not? Because they've got really fine point, and sometimes, I'll hold one up here, but do you see how fine point that is?
Okay.
And sometimes when you're coloring, you really need a really small area to color in, where you need like a fine point, like some of these little circles here.
So like the ones that I use, the Tombow, it actually has the brush marker on one end. It's a dual marker, and then it has the fine point on the other.
Yeah, that's what I think I have in here is the Tombow markers. I think. No, these are I think these are Marvy and La Plume. Now the La Plume is made by Marvy, see? And it does have
the same thing. It's like a dual one, right? Yep.
Yes. So both will work fine, whichever you've got. What I like about doing this is it's relaxing, guys. It's relaxing. Just sit and color. So another thing I thought would be fun to do today is, while we're coloring, if people have questions, who's ever out there, peeps, if you got some questions, if you want to ask us anything. Now's your chance while we're coloring. But I want to also take a moment and see if anyone out there would like to learn how to actually do a flower. And
what question is that? Of course.
Okay, so here's my flower.
Ooh, nice.
There we go. Here's my flowers. They're tulips. Now, I'm going to show you how to actually draw a tulip and paint it in with paint or a marker. You can use your brush pens, whatever.
Nice.
So I'm going to use a regular piece of copy paper I got right here. I'm going to use my copy paper.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm out of the screen, or did I freeze?
You're good. Or just keep going. We can see it.
Okay.
I'm going to use the back side of my copy of my prints.
So I'm going to show you how to draw a tulip. And you guys, remember what I said last week? If you just think of things as shapes, it makes learning to draw a whole lot easier. So the first thing.
So give me a second. Hold on one second, Catherine. So Melanie, you can get the download right in underneath wherever we posted about the guest artist event. The downloads are there. And I can also email it to you if you want, if you can't find it. But it's right in the event page. You can download and print the digital copies that Catherine did for us, that she created for us. And you can get that at any point. But right now she's going to show us how to do the tulips. So just have some fun with that.
Yeah, so we're going to draw a tulip. And I'm going to make my tulip kind of a little bit, I'm going to make it open. So like these in the picture. And so you want to start with kind of an egg.
I'm going to highlight you so we won't be able to see your face, okay?
Okay, great. Okay. So you want kind of an egg shape, and then as you come up, you really want to make like kind of a little point, and then another little hump, and then come back to the egg shape. So it's kind of a weird looking, looks like a backwards 3, and then an egg shape here. And then when you make your next one coming out, and make it come around, and do your little point, and then hook. So this looks more like a real elongated number 3. Now this is a backwards. No, it isn't. It isn't a backwards 3. It's a backwards 3 probably to you on the screen. Okay. And then right in the middle of this 3, this long elongated 3, you're going to just bring out your next one and come up and make those another little 3 at the top and come down. And wherever you come down, that would be your back petal, right? And then you can make more petals coming out over here. Same thing, you want to come up and then come in and make kind of a number 3 shape, come down. Another back petal up here, make a 3 shape, come down. And over here, you could make another one and come down like so. And what you want to make is also a stem. Well, actually on a tulip, it's kind of really skinny. So it's kind of more like this. Now down in here, you want to make 4 or 5 little lines coming up, and then put little round oval dots onto the end of those to look like the little stamens. And that is how you draw a tulip. Now you can get really crazy with it if you want. You can also make a tulip where you make it the 3 like this and come down and make a U shape, and then come out and do the same thing over here and make a U shape, or the number 3. And it actually kind of looks like a heart, kind of like the humps of a heart. You could do that. You can come out and make another petal here with a 3. Now this one's going to be a little bit more cartoony, but you can see just all you need is make these little heart shapes and come down. Of course, I'm making my heart shapes a little bit more uniform. And again, you put your little lines in the middle with your little dots for your stamen. And then this would be where your stem would be here. See?
Okay,
so
hold on.
This is 2 different ways to draw a tulip. This one is just making heart shapes, basically, and this one's making egg shapes with the elongated number 3. So sometimes people like to draw them more closed, and if you draw one more closed, you want to go ahead and draw your first petal, And I would drop the egg shape kind of petal and come down. And then right next to it, I would just draw another one, come up, make kind of more of a point and come down and stop. And then maybe start about right here, about halfway up on this side, bring a petal up and come down into the inside of that V. And then this one, I would probably bring another one out here. And then another one here. And another just kind of one here. And that is a more closed looking tulip. Of course, you want your stamen and your little lines in here, like so. So that one's a little more closed.
That's so cool.
And then once you get it like that, you can color it in. And I think to show you that, I'll use the brush marker on this one before going to...
I've never drawn a tulip with all these petals.
Yeah, so you can see where you can really be free with it. You really can. So when you paint one in, you want to paint the stems one color green. I'm going to do all three at the same time. And then you want to pick a yellow of some kind, which I'm going to pick. I'm just going to pick any yellow out of this pack. And then you want to go over your green with the yellow, right? So you just go over that green with the yellow marker, or I'm using a brush pen, but you can use marker. And then you want to take a dark green and do your pencil line kind of in the dark green. And that gives you kind of definition for the stem there. And that's how you make the stem look realistic. And then for the tulip, what color tulip would you like me to show you how to do? You like purple.
Purple.
Like purple.
Yeah, see?
You like purple. Let's do purple for you because you love purple. So again, we're going to pick the lightest color purple. And I'm going to do one petal at a time so you can kind of see. And we're going to brush that on. Okay. Now around your edges, you can put more purple down, but as you go towards the inner part, you want it to be lighter there. So we want that to be lighter. All right, and then on the edges, we want to use darker purple.
Sure.
And this is a real pretty purple here that I'm using. It's a completely different color purple. And then we want to put a little bit of that kind of just shooting up into there. Just kind of like so. Now, if you're using watercolor, you could blend it. But because I'm using pens, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. And my little secret is a white Crayola crayon. You see this white Crayola crayon?
Yeah.
I'm going to use that to kind of blend things and give some highlight. And you will not believe how amazing this is going to look using this.
Oh, shoot. I got to find my white Crayola. I do have one.
White Crayola. So,
I know what I'll use.
I'm going to keep painting the next.
I'll use my jumbo pencil.
Oh, well, that'll work as long as it's white. The reason why I use the Crayola is because it's wax. And so it blends things really good because it's a wax crayon, you know, crayons made of wax. The same thing, I put down one color purple, then I do another color purple around the edges of it. And then I'll shoot up a little bit of color in there. And then I use my white crayon to blend. And you see how this flower is starting to look really awesome? Yep. And all I'm using here is just my brush marker. I'm only using 2 colors on each petal. I'm coming down and coloring in the petal with my first color that I've chosen, which you want your first color to be the lighter of the 2. And so the second color should be darker than your first color that you put down. That's a helpful thing. And then just
now, why is that?
It just creates more dimension and makes it look more 3D, you know?
So why not dark first and then light?
Well, because I'm using the brush pens, and I think that the effect is better if you have light first.
Okay.
Put light down first. It's harder to put something light on top unless you're using like an acrylic paint. Now, if you were using acrylic paint, you would probably reverse it and put dark down first, and then get lighter as you go. But since we're using brush pen, otherwise I'm using a brush pen, I'll put lighter down first. And then use my white crayon and rub it all together. Give it a halo looking effect. And for my insides, I'm going to use a black. You see how that's starting to look realistic there in the picture? Well,
yeah,
looks like a tulip. And then as time goes on, the more tulips that you do, you'll see that as long as the petal is fat at the bottom and has a wavy pointed top, and I use the number 3 as kind of to go by as far as to make that point kind of a shape of a 3. And then you just rub this in with the white crayon, and that gives it that really cool effect. All right, now I'm on my last petal here of this flower. And I just thought it would be fun today, since we were doing flowers and coloring them in, just to give you this little tutorial as a freebie.
I love it. I must have my, I have like a bunch of jumbo crayons. I don't know where they are. I have like the white jumbo crayons somewhere in here in my studio.
Well, you can use a white color pencil if you don't, or anything you have that's white that you can draw on there.
Yeah.
And then I like to use like even darker purple around the outside edge of the flower, just to kind of give it a little even more dimension to just one side of the flower, not the whole flower, just a little bit of, give a little bit of dimension there. All right, so I'm going to do a, I think this time I'll do maybe a blue one. Blue tulip. All right, so this tulip I'm just going to color in blue.
Blue, blue, blue.
Color in the whole petal with the blue, and then I'm going to choose a darker blue to go around the outside of the petal. And bring in some.
Ew, I didn't. Oh.
And then the white crayon to rub it together. Pretty fun technique, huh?
Uh-huh. And Joanna said that tulips are her favorite.
Oh, right. Well, then she's going to enjoy doing this. All right, so then colored in with the light color blue. Then I'm going to go around the edge with the darker color blue.
And then how cool is that the tulips are almost shaped like a heart?
I know, right?
Love. Love is in the air.
God's love. Love. Oh, I could draw tulips all day long. And you know, when you're playing with like paint, you can really do some cool effects because, well,
Oh yeah, you can totally, especially with watercolor.
yes, you can really make these really beautiful. And after you do a few, you get pretty quick at it because it's just 3. I'm just only using 3 colors, but you could use more than 3. You want to get crazy. And we'll go around here. The lines, and then use the white crayon. What do you think? It's almost done. I'm almost going to have another tulip done here.
I'm almost done with mine too, my second one.
You have to give a reveal in a second so you can show everybody your tulip.
We need some music going on. Hi, Mary Jo. I know Mary Jo was on here before. I forgot. She said, Catherine, you're teaching techniques that are so easy to follow. Yes, she is.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, if it brings you joy, that's what I'm here for. Bring you joy, to make you feel like you can actually accomplish something. Like, some people are intimidated thinking they don't know how to draw, you know, you get intimidated. And so what I want to do is take that intimidation away and say, look, you can make something that looks like,
That looks like
yeah, it looks like a tulip, because like you just have to break it down into shapes.
Yeah.
And everything becomes easier to draw when you break it down into shapes.
I agree. I agree.
And I think the last one I want to do is the heart one, as I'm going to do it in the pink.
I was going to do pink too. Yay. Although I don't know if I have the, oh, you know what? I'll have to use this color pinks.
Now this time I'm going to paint all the pink, the light pink first.
I don't have pink that I can use. Let's see. I'm going to do different.
All right. Now I'm just showing you another way to do it. So I painted all the light pink in first. Let's see if this pink is any darker. Okay. And then I'm going to put in a little bit darker pink. Now this is a whole nother technique I'm going to show you here. So I'm going to go around and just put in a little bit darker pink. It's not real dark. It's kind of just another shade, like almost like a medium shade darker. Okay. Now I'm just going to go around the edges like I would do, and a little bit in the center. Smear that around with a little bit darker pink. Okay. I don't know if it shows up on the camera or not, if it looks a little darker. And then I'm going to choose an even darker pink. And this is really going to make it come alive. Now this is the tulip that was made out of hearts. So that's the reason why I chose pink. Kind of the pinky and the red. Now my pencil lines are really dark because I wanted you all to be able to see what I was drawing. But you would not have your pencil lines this dark if you were. Well, I mean, unless you want to. I guess you could if you want to. See how this is starting to look really pretty?
Yes, beautiful. Beautiful.
And then you use your white crayon at the end. And blend, blend, blend. And voila. Don't forget to use your white crayon on your stem as well. And look, 3 different tulips we did. Is that not fun or what?
Yes. Everyone's still working.
Yeah, you could do a vase and then put these in a vase. You could do a flower pot. And let me just show you, if you do draw a flower pot, I'll show you how to draw a flower pot. You do a
Yay,
V.
I did mine too. I'm happy with mine.
You do a V, almost a V like this for a flower pot, and then you curve the bottom like this. And then when you connect these 2 lines, you curve it also like this. And then you put another one here next to it because it's a flower pot. And there you have a flower pot. And this, if you want, you can make an eyeball shape with, like a real skinny little line back here connecting these 2 dots and curve it if you want the back of the pot as well. But you could make a pot and put these in it and make leaves. Now, I will show you a leaf because tulips have really long leaves. So I'm just going to draw it with a brush marker, but their leaves go up and they come back down and they're long. And they have this line in the middle, kind of like this. So when you're drawing a tulip leaf, it's going to have to be really long.
Really long. Long.
Really and pointed, very long and pointed. Like so.
Long.
So that's just some examples of that. So you can
Very
see
cool.
in the picture that I have, you can kind of get a better idea of what the leaves look like.
I made my little stems in the centers a little too long.
Well, you're gonna
all
have
right,
to
hold on. I'm
change
gonna
the camera view so we
unhighlight
can
you.
see.
Give me a second. Okay, I unhighlighted you. Hi, that was a lot of fun. Here's mine.
Oh, that looks awesome! Yay! Very, very nice.
So what I use for my whites, because I forgot I had these, is I have watercolor crayons, the recollections. And these are awesome because they have a little bit of shimmer to it. I like to use these a lot. So yeah, that's what I use for my white.
Awesome. Those look really good. Very nice.
That was
Very
fun.
nice.
I enjoyed that. Now I have never made tulips like this ever. That is so cool.
Flowers are really a fun thing to play around with.
They are. So I learned
because they're simple shapes.
Yeah.
You know, can tell.
I know.
They're very simple shapes.
Yeah, those are not simple. Wow, thanks so much, Catherine. I'm so excited. What a blessing you have been. Oh my goodness. You really have been such a blessing to everyone here. And I cannot wait for us to be able to get together again another time. Oh, I have a top missing. There it is. Yeah, I can't wait for us to do this again. Maybe we can do this over at Catherine's studio. That'd be awesome. And
Yeah, come on over to Catherine's studio.
and then I could share something. Yeah, that would be cool. Good date. I'm so excited. So does anyone have any questions at all? No one asked anything. They must be all creating. They're like heads are down.
Well,
Anyone
I
have
don't see
questions?
any comments, so I don't know. I can't see anything. So all
That's
I see
okay.
is
Does
you.
anyone want to ask Catherine anything? Like anyone that does not know Catherine, that is just meeting her for the first time in my community? Maybe you guys have some questions for her, anything? Ask away. Anne said, thank you. I love how you break the pieces down into simple shapes. Yes, absolutely. They are.
Thanks, Anne.
It is definitely much easier to when we're creating, to look at it as a shape as opposed to like, oh my gosh, I'm looking at a flower and it's shaped, the flower has to have this so many petals and so on and so forth, you know what I mean? Or even if you're looking at a box, and stuff like that. Yeah, we tend to like stress ourselves out for no apparent reason. We don't need to.
No, it's funny because you might look at a realistic flower painting and go, oh, I could never paint that. But you can if you break it down to the little shapes.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. So that's awesome. That was so cool. That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed doing that. So
well, everybody out there needs to make sure that they get the color copy, so that they have a poster from me.
yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing that with everyone. And thanks so much for the other times that you spent with us as well and the things that we created. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed doing this and I can't wait for us to do it again.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for inviting me over here at
it was awesome. It was awesome.
So appreciate that. It was a lot of fun.
It was. And no one has any questions. So we're going to go ahead and jump off then. Thanks guys for joining us. You guys have a fabulous weekend and I will see you again real soon. Love you, Catherine. Have a great weekend.
Thank you so much. Bye.